Good morning, St. Francis. Good morning, people of God. It is Friday, the 14th day of October 2022, Friday of the 28th week in Ordinary Time, the 28th week of the year. Coming to you still from Rhode Island, where after a large storm last night, it is getting a little bit brighter today for Phil and Tori's wedding. Just a little bit of the fall colors, which is almost spent, here in New England. But still very nice, and hopefully a continual brightening of the day for Phil and Tori on their wedding day. For our readings today, we continue with Ephesians, in which, again, Paul affirms the connectedness of humanity with God, that we were chosen with God, chosen by God, that we were chosen to do something, and that this is God's plan, that it's not about earning or meriting or working our way into any kind of relationship with God or any kind of sense of a heavenly afterlife or whatever. It is God's gift. It is God bringing us into something new, God allowing us to understand more about ourselves and about this world that God has given us to create something out of. Again, Ephesians is always incredibly affirmative and incredibly positive about humanity's role within creation itself, and again how God chooses us to be instruments of working to create what it is that God intends a creation to be. An important thing always to remember, which can get lost sometimes when we are so burdened by ideas of sin and punishment and retribution and offense and whatever it is with that some people tout about God and God and us. In the gospel today, Jesus basically just gives a bunch of pithy sayings, about different kinds of things. But again, what kind of courses through these pithy sayings is the constant refrain of "Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid." Again, the understanding always that if you're going to accept what it is that Jesus is offering, it is not always going to connect well with what the world understands, what the world values, what the world holds up as important. And because of that, there may be a lot of opposition and maybe a lot of anger towards what it is that we believe in this world. And because of that, we can find ourselves on the outskirts, on the margins or whatever, but we are not to be afraid about any of that, and not to stop trying to live and proclaim what it is that God asks us to do as people of faith, as people of light in a world of darkness, as people who offer this world a way of understanding itself and seeing itself that no other way, that no other human society, no other human imagination could ever do on its own and by itself. We are people who are destined always for more, and Jesus tries to affirm that in his listeners, and not to give up on always reaching for that more and what that more can offer us. And may the Lord give you his peace.